ask people around the world what democracy is, and you probably get more or less the same answer. But actually, it functions differently in different countries. People make assumptions about democracy, which is normal, given this history of government, culture, tradition, or mentality, or even experiences in each country. For example, here is my perspective. Coming from Ukraine in Eastern Europe, a country that used to be a part of Soviet Union for 70 years. We went through 70 years of totalitarianism. When I say democracy, I'm thinking of the freedom of speech. Before democracy became a new government, you needed to think what you will say, or even be aware of what you are thinking. There was a section in Soviet penal laws that punished dissent. They called people who think differently dissidents. The destiny of dissidents was tragic. Majority of them were persecuted, thrown into jails, or received the death penalty. My maternal granddad once made a political joke to his close group of friends. The next day he was arrested. Luckily for him, it was after Stalin's death, in period of the so-called ottepeli in Soviet history. And he was incarcerated only for 2 years. Sometimes he reminisced about his time in prison. He said that he met the smartest people over there because they all were punished for the same crimes. It was professors, writers, artists. How does Western democracy look at people from former Soviet Union's country? For them, democracy is possibility to say whatever you want, wherever you want, to whoever you want, and you wouldn't be punished for that. They think this is what freedom of speech is all about. That democracy is equal to freedom of speech, quite different from what we are seeing in Western countries. People in West know that freedom is a responsibility with learned behaviors. You still can speak freely, but you need to back up your words with facts and actions. And if your speech is full of hate, harms anyone, or consists of lies, you will face consequences. This aspect of freedom is not taught in our Ukrainian schools, and people from my country become disappointed. I thought that US is all about freedom, so what I need to filter my words? Because the Ukrainian understanding of democracy is different, we implement it differently. If you follow up the pre-election campaigns of our Ukrainian candidates for presidents, you will be amazed how many unrealistic promises they are making, all to impress. This mindset affects the young generation too. A couple of months ago, a son of my friend became a president in a school in Finland. He promised that he gives everyone everything and even more. Finnish students never heard statements like that, so they vote for him. His mom commented that he was affected by Ukrainian political culture. Ukrainian people already used to loud promises, as we call them, and don't believe in half of it. Speaking of running for the office, we also have more candidates to run for the office than in USA. One of my American friends said not too long time ago that it would be great if in US will be more candidates for president, because in Ukraine sometimes there are up to 10 candidates. However, more candidates doesn't guarantee that the true democracy would play out, because one of the characteristics of democracy is hold our officials accountable. But still, nobody holds our officials accountable with few checks and balances. So it's not power of the people. People execute their freedom of speech through manifestations and even revolutions. We had a couple. And there are no changes. It's not changes drastically. Because in exchange for old rulers, come a new one. And it all starts all over again. Ukrainian people know that the government is corrupt and have little faith in it. But they believe they live in a democratic country because they can speak their mind and come and go freely. So when I say democracy, I also mean the freedom moving around, the possibility of free movement in and out of the country and also inside the country. It's another marker of democracy for people in former Soviet Union countries. Throughout history, people from villages could not move to the cities and even not allowed to have passports. I was shocked when I found out that in 1950s, horses had passports, but many villages not. Also, we had so-called iron curtains with the West, which mean people were not allowed to leave the Soviet Union and go even for travel or as tourists to any of Western country, especially USA. Right now, people in Ukraine questioning the democracy in our country again. Because of the war, males aged from 18 to 60 are not allowed to leave the country. A lot of Ukrainians see it as a huge step back. Those two main characteristics create a difference of common meaning when people from Eastern Europe and USA talk about democracy. They have the same core values of freedom, dignity, and power of people, but still react from a different point of view. That's why it's important to be curious, ask more questions, and clarify what actually person from another country means when people use political terminology. As an example, I used to say a lot that I'm progressive. In my country, to be progressive means to keep up with the times and nothing else. But I have noticed that in the United States, it has different, purely political meaning. This happens when I talk about democracy too. It is not good or bad, it is a fact. To understand what really person talks about, you need to learn about their background and the meaning behind the terms we think are universal. In many countries, freedom is not given, it's learned. When many of generation of your family had not had freedom, it's not easy to learn it. Like a person who had not eaten for many days, they will eat whatever food he or she given, and even after having plenty of foods, they will still probably hoard it. Same about democracy. If you're not used to experience it, you need to learn this behavior. It takes time for an individual to comprehend, to feel safe enough, to start to feel free. In my country, when people were not afraid of government anymore, they become more afraid of each other, just traded one fear for another. When I was growing up, I often heard someone from the older generation say, I want to do it, but I'm worried about what people would think about me. The government control was removed from the top, but downshifted to peer control. My country right now is showing incredible bravery and paying with its blood for the freedom they are learning to understand. Now, to the word freedom, we have started to add the word responsibility. After 33 years of independence, our definition of democracy is finally getting closer to universal meaning. It took a lot of time because people under oppressive governments are not taught freedom. But they were taught not to be too sad or happy because everything which is yours today can be taken tomorrow. They were taught constantly to look behind their shoulders like criminals and don't believe anybody, even worse, having the ears. I will remember the saying from my childhood, Now, for example, people in my country are allowed to speak whatever language they want because of democracy. But they choose the Ukrainian language because they want to perceive their own culture. It is a conscious choice, not because of government or peer pressure, but because of understanding that freedom means responsibility of learning from the past and continue our culture into the future. Now we have learned that my individual freedom ends where the freedom of others begins. You cannot even imagine how difficult it was to integrate this one in our Ukrainian culture. It used to be that everyone had an opinion of what's the best for you, and they expected you to follow it. For example, that is why when we started to watch our first American movies, and we were amazed. How happened? She colored her hair pink, and her parents did not say nothing. Her peers did not laugh at her in school, and teachers even paid compliment. So Western democracy became for us something like I can do whatever I please, and everyone will still accept me. What we did not know back then is that we used to being under so much pressure of control that we could not separate what is our government rule, what is family rules, and what society rules. It's felt all the same. So in our brain, freedom became close to anarchy. Now we learn that the real democracy is, with the help of our Western partners and the possibility to travel around the world and live in different countries. Democracy is synonymous with freedom, but it's not possible without responsibility that comes with the freedom. The only way we could learn the things is from each other. Collectively, people need to stop making assumptions and to begin understanding the meaning behind the words by thinking critically, analyzing, and learning from more about the source. We need to stay curious, open-minded, and ready to ask questions. I always liked my mom approach. When she wants to understand what is going on, she goes to multiple sources, even the one which is opposite from her own beliefs. She always says that the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Here in US, we are speaking about golden middle. We are similar in many ways and different in many ways. Western European democracy looks different from American and Eastern European one, and it is okay. But when we try to cooperate, build the business together, or just communicate on person-to-person level, it is important to have cultural differences in mind. So stay curious, avoid making assumptions, ask questions, and make your own research. Thank you.